I believe it's a 3-tier level up, I believe, on the baseball. The softball is kind of standard, I think, what you guys have been playing with in softball. We're trying to get a better ball. I don't know if any of you realized or not, but after about 30 pitches, the ball's like sandpaper. And pitchers are starting to complain of pulling the skin off my fingers or rubbing a blister on them. So we want to give you a better ball, one that will last the entire game.
We expect in fall to actually have our own exclusive ball that's been designed. It'll be very unique to us, and it'll be a high-level tournament ball. But in the meantime, we're picking the very best ball that's available and giving it to you at a great cost, better than you can probably find anywhere else. But we want to make sure that our competition is at the same level regardless of where you play, and that's why we're requiring the one ball, so that everybody's playing with the same one.
And we have those balls here today, so if any of you'd like to purchase them, over here in the hallway they're set up. We've got both baseball and softball. I think they're $35 for baseball, and what was the price of softball? What was the price of the softball?
50.
50 a dozen for the softball. Okay. And Corey has got quite a bit of stuff over here. We utilize everything through Corey for our league.
We'll talk about it in a few minutes.
Yeah, we'll get to that in just a few minutes. Disorderly conduct. And I'm pretty much going to combine all of this together. Disorderly conduct, fighting, and use of tobacco. Disorderly conduct, we're a Christian organization. We won't allow disorderly conduct. If you're disorderly, you will be removed. Fighting, we've all seen a fight or two in baseball in our time. We're not going to allow any fighting either. So if you feel like you need to fight somebody, get together, go down to the local Dairy Queen and handle it at Dairy Queen. Don't do it in front of your kids. Tobacco and alcohol. No tobacco or alcohol is allowed on the field or in the dugouts during play. Other field and facility rules must be followed as well. This next one has always been some controversy in every league I've ever played in or ever been a part of. Teams are required to notify the visiting teams in advance if the facilities have any specific rules or concessions available. In other words, if they ban coolers. And I'm from Tatum, so I'll use mine for example. If you're coming to Tatum, you can bring your coolers. I don't care. You can bring them. Nobody's going to stop you. If we had a rule in place that said no coolers, that's not my choice. That's the local facility's choice. That's their decision to make. Now, if you're going to open a concession stand, you need to notify the teams that are coming. If it's a round robin, that's typically when you're going to open it. You're not really going to open it for a doubleheader. You're not going to make very much off of it, but in a round robin, you may do that. Notify the team ahead of time and let them know that you're going to have a concession. Personally, I'd do it by Wednesday. By Wednesday evening, let them know. That way you don't want to let them know Saturday when they're halfway down the road to play and they got all these coolers loaded up in their truck. You don't want to wait till then to let them know.
Because that'll start the fire.
Does everybody understand that? I know it sounds crazy, but it's one of the biggest controversies we have is the cooler rule. And our goal in this league is to support our local teams. And if you've got a group that is coming out and manning a concession stand, just let everybody know, and we're going to do everything we can to support your concession stand. At the same time, we don't want teams traveling 2 hours to come to a game and find out they don't even have water or Gatorade available. So they need to know ahead of time, what they can bring and if you have any specific rules. We do have very specific rules at some fields that have nothing to do with the teams that are playing on the field, but that's the requirement of the city that they play in, and you have to follow those rules. We don't have any way of circumventing those rules. So it's up to you to communicate back and forth so you know what you're getting into before you get there.
Sam, is there a way on your website, like all the 4 teams out of Bullard, can we put like Bullard
Yes.
does not allow, I mean, that way I don't have 4 different coaches having.
Yeah, we can put it out there.
You can do that. That's perfectly fine. Uniforms. Uniforms must be the same for all players, and any differences must be revealed to the opposing coach for agreement prior to beginning the play. Teams are required to have a number on the front and back of each jersey. There's a difference in that. You only have to have it on the back. You do not have to have it on the front. A lot of you already have your jerseys. I know I have some. I'm going to be buying more. You don't have to have front and back. In the photo, pardon me, it has to show a number. If you want to hold the helmet beside them to have the number, that has to match your roster control. Okay? There's a reason for that. That's to prevent you from showing up at a game and some kid over there on the sideline shaving before he goes to pitch. So,
Throwing 90.
for 8U machine pitch, you may have 10 players on the field. A circle 5 feet in diameter must be drawn around the pitching machine, and the pitcher must be positioned out of the way of the machine prior to the pitch and in the circle. The batter is not out if he fouls off the 6th pitch. If the catcher or fielder catches the foul, then he is out. Maximum 7 runs per inning. Infield fly rule is not in effect. Intentional walks are not allowed. All players in the dugout must be on the roster and allowed to play. So you cannot MLB 9 in 8U. You have to play them all. Bunting is not allowed for machine pitch. Player requirements on the field. A team may compete with 8 players on the field. If they begin with 8 players, they must count an out each time the 9th batter spot comes up. And if you want to have a gentleman's agreement not to have that 9th batter out, if you want to waive that, you're welcome to. I've done it a few times. I won't do it with yourself or Springs guys though.
I think you skipped the batting helmet requirement. Batting helmet with face mask are required for the 8 and under machine pitch, and they're strongly encouraged for 9 and under. The reason we strongly encourage 9 and under, remember, this is usually the first season that you've got kids pitching, so they're a little wild. So we're strongly encouraging it. We're not going to mandate 9 and under that you have to wear a mask and a helmet, but we're recommending it. But in 8 and under with the machine, you definitely have to wear it. And the pitcher has to wear a helmet while he's in the field fielding on machine pitch.
Bat boys, you are allowed a bat boy. They must be listed on your roster for insurance purposes. For right now, if you would, put an 88 in there for the jersey number. We'll contact our team pages and have them make the change to put a BB in there. The reason for that is for insurance, and it won't mess your roster up as far as age. I've got a 13-year-old son that'll be my bat boy on a 10U team. So you would think that'd mess my roster up, but it's not going to. They have to wear a helmet. When they come out and pick up a bat, they need to have a helmet on. Doesn't have to have a face mask unless it's in 8U, but they need to have a helmet on, or not need to, they will have a helmet on. Okay? Anything else you think of?
All of our helmets, catcher's helmets, some of it have to be NOSCE certified, and catchers have to wear a helmet with ear protection. So you can't wear a mask and not have ear protection.
I'll find those.
Sam, you said the kid fielding the pitching position on machine pitch
Yes,
has to wear a helmet?
has to wear a helmet. The kid that's actually fielding as a pitcher has to wear a helmet.
I'm just curious, where'd y'all come up with that? I mean,
That's
Pretty much standard.
That's pretty standard.
we always play PTA, we don't, I can go out there.
It's standard because these kids have a tendency to sometimes walk in front of the
Standard and
engine.
select, all select.
Is it,
The
does
man-
that have a face mask on?
Well, that's usually, they wear their batting helmet.
I mean, can it be a one without a face mask?
Never had that question asked. Probably not. I would think they just wear their batting helmet.
It's got to have a mask on it.
I mean, the premise behind it is these kids aren't paying attention, they walk in front of the pitching machine, they get hit in the head with the pitching machine. So that's the premise behind it. It's standard. You'll see it.
All right, anybody have any other questions as far as how we're gonna play?
And all the rules will be posted. I should get it out on the website tonight so that you see it. If you have other questions and so forth, let me know. We will talk with the 13 and 14 and fix the base thing here in a few minutes.
I've got one more question about if you start a game with 8 players, somebody doesn't show up, you gotta take that out. If you start a game, if you just got 9 kids to begin with, and you start the game with 9 kids, one kid gets hurt. You still gotta take it out if that kid's not able to play.
Unless the other coach.
I'm gonna make strong advice on this one. By book, you gotta take it out in that position, alright? But, and if you really wanna get technical, in high school, if you have 9 kids and a kid gets hurt, that's ball game over. You started the game with 9, you gotta finish with 9. Guys, honestly, if a kid goes down and they got 8 kids, don't take that out. Just finish they're already hurting enough. I mean, they got 8 kids out there for one, and no matter what, at this level of ball, I mean, 8 kids is gonna hurt you when the other team's got 9, period. It's gonna hurt you defensively, because kids in this isn't league ball where 90% of your balls are hitting the infield. I mean, half of y'all's balls are hit to the outfield. So whether or not, it's gonna hurt the game. I mean, but by our book, it is an out. If a kid falls, gets hurt, it's an out.
If you're batting the lineup and you have 11, and one kid gets knocked out, you don't have to take that out as long as you don't drop below 9. That's the way the rule actually reads. But if you drop below 9 is when the out is supposed to be taken. But you can work that out with the other coach.
Just one, we're pretty notorious with going up with 9 kids.
Like I said, high school and college and everything else, if you got 9 kids and someone goes down, it's done. But in this, it's, you take it out. Now, you can't play with 7, it's done then, but.
Okay, any other questions? Yes, okay.
In AU, the machine pitch, the pitcher has to start in the circle.
That's starting, yes.
And both feet or just one?
Just one.
I believe it's just one.
Anywhere in the circle behind the legs of the pitching machine.
It should be from
Behind the legs of the pitching
It
machine.
should be behind the legs of the pitching machine.
Yeah, they just have to have one for them.
It's behind the leg.
Yeah, don't listen to the guys get out in front of that machine. Any other questions?
I got it. Can we get a clarification on 13 new bats? Which bats are approved and which bats aren't?
All bats are approved with the exception of? Yes, the Easton Stealth. The Easton. We won't allow the coach pitch bat or the Easton Stealth model number BC NCP1.
It's the one stealth bat that's been outlawed by everybody. But in 13 and 14U, you are allowed to swing whatever you bring that's 2 3/4 barrel or smaller. We are not instituting, which some leagues have instituted in 14U, going down to only -5 or -3 BB core. We're not doing that in 14U in our league. But when you get to high school, we do go to the BB core rules that the High School Federation has.
Now, be aware, right now, USA Baseball is not mandating any bat restrictions. The plan is 2013 they will. So if you tell a parent to go buy a composite bat, they may only get 2 seasons out of it. A $400 bat may have an upset parent.
Just to expand on that, the president of USA Baseball and I probably talk once every couple of weeks. And what has happened is USSSA made a decision back in April to mandate the 1.15 thumbprint stand on all bats starting on January 1st of this year. So if you play a USSSA event going forward, you have to play with a bat that has that thumbprint stamp or you can't play. That's their rule. USA Baseball said that USSSA didn't talk to anybody, they just did it on their own, they haven't shared the research or anything of that nature. So USA Baseball, which is the governing authority of amateur baseball in the U.S., they pick our Olympic team, has not come up with the proper standardization to determine what bat is the right bat. And the premise behind all these bat rules is they're trying to come up with a bat that at that particular age of that athlete, it performs like a wood bat. And that's what BB Core was when they instituted BB Core in college and high school. They have not come up with the proper trampoline study to determine what it is at 11U. So until they come up with the right standards, they are not suggesting any implementation of any rules. Little League has gone out on their own and banned composite bats, and USSSA now has done their thumbprint. But Super Series, Cal Ripken, Babe Ruth, all the different leagues around the country that follow USA Baseball are all doing the same thing that we're doing. What we're basically telling you is you can play pretty much what you got right now, other than the ones we just stipulated. But at some point in time, USA Baseball is going to come out with a standard, and when they do, we will follow it. But they're telling me right now that it will not be any earlier than January of 2013. So when that happens, we'll let you know. As soon as we find out, we will let you know. But at the present time, 14U down, 2 3/4 barrel bats, you can still use it. Any other questions about rules or baseball or anything of that nature?
We're gonna make a decision today about 13 and 14, what's gonna be 54.
We will make that decision. Actually, if we could, anybody that's playing 13 and 14, when this meeting's over, if you'll stick around, we'll make that decision. We'll keep the board here and we'll make that decision.